My first policy is that we have to first nail the lie. Make sure you understand it accurately and completely. If you say 1 + 1 = 3, and I know that I can verify that that's a lie, then I can take the next step. But if you say 1 + 1 = 2, and I don't agree with you, that's not a lie. My failure to understand the truth is not your problem. So it's very important that in our team, this happened. Our team, people who accuse someone of lying when they weren't lying. You can't go anywhere. You really can't. You have to first be able to do that. Once you've established that, though, the next step is to make sure that you understand how to articulate it. Because, see, you can understand somebody lie, but not know how to articulate the lie they told. And you get in the public and you start running off the mouth, you start spewing alphabet soup. And nobody's understanding what you're saying, you're not going to help anything, right? So communication is very important too, the communication skills. So recognizing the lie, understanding what it is, and being able to accurately and clearly communicate the lie as it is, what it is, to demonstrate what it is. So you have those two grounds covered. Once you have that ability, then you have to know who the person was that lied. You have to be able to document their lie. Because if you can't document their lie, calling them a liar means nothing. I can call you a liar, but that doesn't mean anything. Just calling each other names without any receipts means nothing. That's also a part of our problem. We've been able to get away with just calling people names and lies without having to be able to prove anything. In our media, you saw how many times they lied about Trump saying something that he didn't really say. And the media ran with it, and people believed it. And no one was accountable for proving that he had actually lied. Right. And I'm talking about big people, not just small people, but large people. Obama, Kamala Harris. A lot of people lied about things that Trump said or was supposed to have said, and were never held accountable for proving it, even in media. So having that ability is very important on our part, because if we don't do what I'm trying to explain, we become a part of the problem, and we remain a part of the problem, and we're not a part of the solution. My goal is to be a solution to the problem rather than a part of the problem by what we do and how we do it recklessly. So you got the lie. You've explained it clearly. You understand who lied. You have the receipts to prove that they lied. What do you do with that information? Do you just get on your podcast or in your family dinner and complain about it? No, because that's not going to resolve anything. My mother used to tell me this when we were younger. She said, if you cut up in the street, that's when I'm going to cut you behind it. In other words, wherever you mess up at, I'm going to get you right there. And because I knew she was going to get me wherever I messed up at, I made sure I didn't mess up where I didn't want to get got. That's my philosophy. Get them in the public where they told a lie. Confront them in the public and make them acknowledge it or defend themselves. That is exactly what I'm saying, and I think that people don't take this seriously. And the reason why they don't take it seriously is because we've been allowed for so long to get away with riffraff. Everybody had the okie doke. Everybody knows how to do the okie doke, and it's like the okie doke has become the norm. Everybody's lying about their weight, how much they weigh. Everybody's lying about what degrees they have. Everybody's lying about how much money they make. Lies has become the norm, and it's almost abnormal and strange to be dedicated to honesty.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
It's sad. It's sad,
but strange. Yeah.
But the reason is because we've allowed that to go on for so long.
Right.
And anytime you allow something to go on so long, it becomes norm. Yeah. Automatically, that's just the way things are. And so that has to be undone. And the only way you undo that is by people who are not willing to abide by that riffraff. They're not willing to abide by that foolishness. That takes time, because again, when you have a society that's so trained with lying and so comfortable with it, it makes them uncomfortable when you challenge lie. And I know people today who are very angry, will get angry with you for trying to correct them. It's sad, but that's the mentality that we have to fight against. So I'm not denying that we're fighting an uphill battle. Right. But without fighting that battle, we are inviting disaster. Right. So we have really no choice in this matter. We have no choice in this matter. We cannot allow our fear of being objected to, of being accused, of being offensive. We can't allow those fears to prevent us from standing up to people when they are bold-faced lying and try to get them to understand the truth.